If you are currently on medication for thyroid problems but are still not feeling right, there might be some other reasons for this. And so today, Dr. Red, chiropractic physician from Red River Health and Wellness, is here to break it all down and help us understand. I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, and I really feel for so many of your patients and a lot of our viewers out there, because it would be so frustrating to feel like you're on medication, you're trying to get help, and yet you still don't even know what's going on.
For sure, you'd be surprised at how many patients are going from doctor to doctor, getting put on the thyroid hormone, but still not feeling any better. And it's really frustrating for sure, you know.
What is low thyroid and the whole issue there? Because it seems like it's becoming more and more prevalent.
It is. There's a lot of people that struggle with low thyroid, but the #1 cause of low thyroid is a disease called Hashimoto's disease. This is where your immune system attacks the thyroid and destroys it, but also causes systemic inflammation and systemic problems. And so one of the biggest issues, though, is that these patients get put on thyroid hormones, but that hormone is doing nothing to the actual Hashimoto's. And so the main culprit, the main thing causing these issues, continue to get worse and worse and worse, and these patients feel hopeless. They feel like they have no answers, and they continue to decline, and it can be really, really frustrating for them.
We were just looking at the book that you actually wrote all about this, because you've seen so many of these people. What are the most common symptoms? I mean, you mentioned depression, obviously, because you're not feeling well.
Most common symptoms will be depression, fatigue, weight gain, hair loss. They might have intestinal issues. They might swell in their hands and feet. There's so many different symptoms depending on what the what the mechanism is that's causing the low thyroid, though. There's so many different things that will cause low thyroid. The Hashimoto's is the #1 thing. But there's also underconversion issues. There's pituitary thyroid issues. There's so many other things that can cause low thyroid symptoms that's not pertaining to the thyroid, actually.
And that can be confusing, you can see, as maybe a physician or someone trying to get to the bottom of what's going on. And maybe they say, hey, let's get you on a hormone regulator, right? But then that's not really treating the root.
The root of the problem, you bet. One thing that we want to do is we want to test for a lot of different things. So most of the time you'll just test for like a TSH. We'll test for a TSH, a T3, T4, and I mean, look at that thyroid panel. We test for 9 different thyroid markers just to see what the mechanism is that's causing this. This is one of our...
When you say markers, these are just like things in your blood
easy,
that
simple,
might signify
exactly. Easy, simple things that we can test for to see what's causing low thyroid. This is one of our patients, though. She was feeling awful. She was gaining weight. She had so much fatigue. She had brain fog. She was so frustrated not getting the answers. And then we went in and did this panel. And then 3 months later, here's what her panel looks like. So you look at the differences where just in 3 months, we can do the proper medical testing, identify the mechanisms that are actually causing this bigger, more complicated problem, and then start working on it. And there's lots of things that we can do to improve the imbalances that are causing it, but then there's also dietary and lifestyle things that can cause it. And then obviously this patient now is feeling way better. She's lost 30 pounds. Her quality of life is a lot better. But just to kind of see the differences between blood work, whereas that's just like 1 page of 5 different pages of blood work that we'd want to do, but we don't want to have to guess. We want to know exactly what's causing your issues.
You're leaving no stone unturned.
We really don't.
And it's a very comprehensive plan. And what I love about Red River is, you know, sometimes maybe you'll get a diagnosis and then that's where it ends. But with you guys, you actually help develop a whole entire life plan, a diet, how you can get improvements.
If somebody has Hashimoto's disease, there'll be a couple of foods that cause it to flare up. There'll be a couple of lifestyle things that cause it to flare up, but it's different for each patient. So we can't herd them around like sheep and treat them all the exact same. And so there is a process of like teaching them and educating them and showing them what to do, what not to do, so that they can be the expert in their own health, right?
Red River Health and Wellness, everyone, is where you need to go. Dr. Red won't stop until he gets to the bottom of what's going on in your body. They have locations in South Jordan, Logan, and St. George. And all the information's on your screen, but you should know everybody has the opportunity to come in and just get a free consultation, as well as Dr. Red's free book. So there's no reason not to come say hello.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you being here. Okay, I don't think stinky feet is a symptom of Hashimoto's. Probably not. Maybe not. Coming up next, we're going to talk about how to deodorize your stinky shoes in a pinch.